This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Carbonite. Coming up on the Destructoid show, a new Super Mario Bros. Is headed your way this summer. Rayman Origins may be getting a sequel sooner than you think. And is Sony developing their own Super Smash Bros. Game? All that and more right now on Destructoid. Welcome to Destructoid. I am Max Scoville.
And I'm Anthony Carboni, in for Tara Long, who just wandered off into the desert after Coachella.
Yeah, her vision quest is just keeps going.
She's going to come back super enlightened, or
She's
not at all.
She's going to come back with a magnificent beard, just this huge beard, this big red bushy beard. It'll be very exciting. But
have you seen her if she hasn't shaved in a couple days? It gets
weird.
Yeah.
Just like a big flamboyant beard. Anyway. Tara will be back on Wednesday. In the meantime, we've got Anthony sitting in, and I'm very grateful for him because it would just be me sweating if he weren't here. On Friday, I complained about how big game announcements always happen like right after our show is done recording, and like filthy, miserable, calculated clockwork, it happened again. Damn you, Nintendo! On Friday night, during their direct live stream of Nintendo things, it was revealed that the new Super Mario Bros. 2 will be coming out in August. This again is a follow-up to it's a 3DS follow-up to the 2006 Wii title, New Super Mario Bros., which is a terrible title because this game is also technically a new Super Mario Bros., but it promises to be a pick-up-and-play experience that appeals to players of all skill levels, much like every other Mario game.
As opposed to those super in-depth technical Mario games.
Those Mario games that were like technical fighters and, really heavy RPG in there.
Early Mario menu systems were just impossible.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, other than that, there are a bunch of screenshots that show up, and really the only exciting piece of news to come out of this is that the new 3DS game will feature the return of the Super Leaf, which will allow Mario and Luigi to grow raccoon ears and fly about, much as they did in Super Mario Bros. 3. This, of course, is a change of pace from the full-body Tanuki suit that was available in last year's Super Mario 3D Land, which also had a dumb name. And I'm sure fans of the Super Leaf are going to be happy about this news, and I'm sure Mario and Luigi are going to be happy because they won't have quite as much heat exhaustion from the raccoon suits.
And also because they just generally seem like they're always pretty happy.
Yeah.
We could learn a lot from them.
They're nice guys. They're hard workers.
Yeah.
Anyway, as much as I want to make fun of Nintendo for doing exactly what they're known for and releasing like Mario games for their systems,
right.
This game will probably be pretty fun, and I'm sure it'll do really well. I mean, in addition to the countless parents who are going to pick this up as a Christmas present for the kids because of the name brand recognition, there are plenty of adults who will be picking this up because they secretly hate being adults, and sometimes they wish they were actually raccoon flying plumbers instead.
My desire for that is not so secret.
Yeah.
It's kind of just out there.
Well, I know what you do on the weekends. You do some weird stuff.
Yeah, man.
You put on a fur costume and unclog toilets.
Sticking with platformers, one of my favorite games last year was Rayman Origins. So it was a great pleasure that I announced. You mentioned my secret weekend activities, and I just get all verklempt. So it was great pleasure that I announced that we might be seeing a sequel. Maybe, possibly.
Oh.
According to a survey leaked to Kotaku, one of Ubisoft's marketing firms is doing a focus group testing on what a Rayman Origins sequel could be. While that may not be too surprising in and of itself, what is surprising is that the survey might actually reveal some details about what the game has in store. So the survey mentions that the sequel to Rayman Origins will feature brand new settings, legendary worlds filled with castles, vampires, ghosts, Greek gods, or dragons, and maintain the same 4-player drop-in, drop-out co-op that was in the original. There's also some screenshots where we can definitely support that sort of mythical backdrop thing that they're mentioning. Ubisoft hasn't confirmed anything, so this is all hypothetical at this point, but it looks pretty legit and also like something that I want to play right now, this very moment, because I love Rayman Origins.
Yeah, no, it's a very pretty game. We're both cartoon nerds, right?
Yeah.
We're kind of into that. I always hated Rayman's design.
He's a stupid character.
He's a dumb character, but the animation in Origins is incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to be filing a lawsuit with Ubisoft because I have a book coming out that is filled with mythical dragons and Draculas and fantasy legendary worlds or something.
I have a feeling that copyright will be challenged by everything ever.
Whatever, I'll get my minions to bomb their Amazon page or something. What? Anyway, guys, they released some new video games this week.
What?
Yeah, they released several of them.
What?
Yeah, I know, you think we'd be used to it by now, but a stack of new games has seen the light of day this week, and Destructoid's reviews editor Jim Sterling has been hard at work attacking them with his vicious, scathing criticism. For starters, Jim played Risen 2, which comes out for PC on Friday and will be coming to 360 and PS3 in late May. In spite of the game's steep difficulty and a number of design flaws, Jim seems surprisingly pleased with the little tropical pirate action RPG. While he felt the game was almost mean-spirited, potentially offensive at points, and demanding of a large amount of time from the players for character progression, it still has potential, and once it opens up enough to let players have fun, it's a fun, enjoyable experience. Jim gave Risen 2 a 7 out of 10. Next, Jim checked out Bloodforge.
Bloodforge, puncher of blood,
antlers,
slicer of arms.
Yes, that comes out on XBLA on Wednesday for 1,200 Microsoft points. Jim seemed pleased by the stylized medieval hack and slash title's totally shameless approach to Bloodforge barbarian violence, but overall he didn't seem too impressed with what it had to offer, saying that it's a decent little distraction. However, once you've seen one guy get his arm cut off, you don't need to see it the next several hundred times. Bloodforge gets a 6.5 out of 10.
Needed more blood.
Yeah, speaking of blood and violence and things like that, Jim went head-to-head with the disgusting Mutant Tendril Prototype 2 Violence Simulator, which hits PC, PS3, and 360 tomorrow. He praised the sequel for being more polished, varied, and ultimately superior to its predecessor, but that anyone who's played the first prototype has probably already seen most of its tricks. On top of that, you know, causing chaos and havoc can only be so much fun before it gets a little bit tedious, especially if you are super powered. All that aside, Jim gave Prototype 2 an 8 out of 10, saying that it's the #1 choice for anyone who wants to inflict abject biological horror on an entire army of helpless individuals who are nonetheless just nefarious enough for you to feel justified.
Finally, a game just for me.
Yeah. It sounds like a good game.
It matches my psychological
I'd like
profile
to check
for
out.
sure.
I hate everyone. I want to kill them with my tentacles.
Hey Max, new games are all well and good, but you know what's even better?
Old games
in
being
new
re-released.
boxes!
Yay!
Yeah! Oh man, Game of the Year editions. Today, news broke that one of last year's most beloved titles, Batman Arkham City, is getting a collector's edition on May 29th for the PS3 and 360. It'll include all the previous DLC, as well as a code redeemable for the Year 1 animated movie. The real treat will be the inclusion of the Harley Quinn's Revenge mission, which I have figured out through context and deductive reasoning involves Harley Quinn trying to get revenge.
Huh.
Yeah.
How do you figure?
I have my sources.
Was it putting the words together?
They've
Was that
asked not to be named, Max.
Okay.
It'll have you playing as Batman and Robin as you uncover Harley Quinn's devilish new plan, because she's a scamp.
I bet she's going to get some revenge in this one.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm glad that our sources are corroborating on the revenge part
Very
of it.
solid.
If you're not keen on picking up the new Game of the Year edition, Harley Quinn's Revenge will be available as DLC next week, so check it out then.
That's exciting.
It's kind of weird, like, because you always know that if you can hold off for 3 months or 6 months, you will get a better edition of the game than your friends.
Yeah, or in the case of Red Dead Redemption, if you held off for like 16 months, you got like a Game of the Year edition. What year was that exactly? But no, I didn't buy Arkham City. I played your review copy.
Yeah.
I didn't use your Catwoman code, so I'm actually a little
very
curious
nice
about
of
that. Also, the Year 1 movie looks really cool. I want to check that out. And that's like $20
The
by
DC
itself,
animated
so
stuff is like all up and down.
You never know. Hit or miss.
But getting it for free.
Now, you forgot one important thing about this wacky collector's edition.
Did
and that
I?
is not collector's Game of the Year, and that is the fact that it has the worst box art we've ever seen of all time ever. Look at it.
Oh, it's 10 out of 10,
Yeah,
the video game.
What game is this? The logo is tiny. Batman looks like upset. There's so much text.
Well, to be fair, Batman always looks upset.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, he doesn't even look like he's comfy in that box.
Just
It's
pull
terrible.
Batman out entirely and
Yeah.
just throw in like 5 stars.
Yeah, just put like, I don't know, the IGN logo or something. But anyway, this got made fun of by the guys on Game Informer, and that's their review score. They were just like, what is this cover art? It's terrible. So don't go buy that. Just go steal it. Just rob stores.
I'm gonna create a game and I'm gonna call it GOTY, and it's gonna be about First Sergeant GOTY and his action adventures.
My game is going to be even better. It's called Free iPad 3 Miley Cyrus Nudes. On that note, let's take a word from our sponsor.
Yeah, let's do.
Guys, the world is a dangerous place, and if there's one thing that needs to be protected, it is your massive library of animated GIFs, cat pictures, and your ex-girlfriend's sexy bikini photos. Thankfully, there's Carbonite. Carbonite automatically and continually backs up your computer files off-site, so even if your ex-girlfriend sets your house on fire and runs your computer over with a truck, your precious data is safe. So whether you have a single home computer or a whole menagerie of workstations, Carbonite is the better backup plan. With plans starting at just $59 a year, it's no surprise that over 1 million customers trust Carbonite to protect their personal and small business files. For a free trial, head over to Carbonite.com and sign up today. But wait, if you use the offer code Destructoid, you will get 2 bonus months free if you decide to buy. Again, that is Carbonite.com, and be sure to use the offer code Destructoid for 2 bonus Turbo Ultra months.
Ooh, those are the best kind of months.
Carbonite, #1 choice of Boba Fett's everywhere. So for our final story of this Tara Longless nightmare clusterfuck of a hell train, let's talk about Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah!
Or rather, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Is that
the rumors
that's a
are
thing?
to be believed? So we've heard whispers of. We've heard rumblings that Sony has been developing their own take on the franchise characters beating the shit out of each other mini genre, and now they're getting too big to ignore. The rumors, not the franchise characters. Jeff Keighley has been teasing a huge PS3 exclusive that they are going to be revealing on Game Trailers TV this Thursday, and now a domain has been found with a whois linking back to Sony. Both PlayStation All-Stars BattleRoyale.com and PlayStation have been registered by Sony's Consumer Electronics Division.
It's the longest URL ever.
Yeah.
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.freewebs.fr.co.
It's sort of a dumb thing. Well, so right now we don't know a whole lot besides these terrible URLs. So we're gonna wait until Thursday to that. But let me ask you this, Anthony: would you be interested in this ridiculous Super Sony Smash Brothers game?
Potentially.
Yeah, and what characters from the Sony metaverse would you want to see in it?
Parappa the Rapper. Cole McGrath. Nathan Drake.
Crash Bandicoot?
I don't know if they can use Crash or Spyro anymore because they're not Sony anymore.
They're also not cool.
That's a larger problem.
Crash Bandicoot isn't cool anymore.
London from The Getaway.
You mean
just
the city?
Yeah, just the city
Just the
of
whole
London.
city?
Yeah, put them all in there. A Colossus, just its foot stomping on things.
That'd be kind of interesting, I guess, sort of.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure it could be cool.
I think it's kind of funny because, I mean, Sony's typically, they've always had, Metal Gear in their pocket, but Mr. Solid Snake went ahead and got himself into Super Smash Brothers a whole while ago, so.
He's a philanderer.
That philandering snake. Anyway, so Sony's Super Smash Bros. We'll talk about that on Friday or whenever the news goes up.
Sackboy!
Sackboy, there you go.
Sackboy!
Sackboy will just be the worst to fight with. He'd just be like, oh, he's falling over.
He just rolls around and is adorable.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, though. As always, we're going to be back here on Wednesday with a lovely sunburned and bearded Tara Long, and he can go back in his kennel. But as always, you guys should make sure you're subscribed to our channel, and be sure to go check out our other channel, which is youtube.com/rev3games. We have a great new episode of Casual Friday in which we talk about the sexiest of boobies in video games.
There's a little more going on than that.
Yeah, it's a very actually intelligent discussion
about sexy boobies.
Sexy boobies.
Yeah.
That's on Casual Friday. You've also got a thing going up called Random Encounter.
Yeah.
Is this about truck stop restrooms, or what is this?
It is.
Okay.
It's a semi-autobiographical. No, it's all about video game culture stuff. Things that are video game related that don't have to do directly with video games. So Pokemon art shows this week. Strange games played with Atari 2600 controllers in the real world, all kinds of neat stuff.
That sounds way more fun than talking about news stories. And you can go check that out on youtube.com/rev3games. Once again, we're going to be doing a wacky live stream this week, once again on our Rev3 Games Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/rev3games. That will be happening on Thursday night at 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. I think that's -700 for GMT or whatever. I don't consult your local math calculator.
If you are in Europe, we'll be speaking to you from 9 days in the past.
Yes, you will need to get many crystals to stick into your flux capacitor to watch us on your computer machines. Anyway, to stay up to date and keep track of when the hell we're doing things, you should follow us on Twitter. The show is @DtoidShow, and I am @Max Scoville. And Anthony is A Carboni on there. And Tara's Tara Longest, but she has enough followers, and we actually need more followers so that we can fuse together into one mega Twitter. And
she empowered us to tell you to stop following her.
Yeah.
And just to follow us.
She actually said you guys should retweet us more because she's at Coachella. And she'll be back on Wednesday. We'll see you guys then. Have a great night.